And welcome in everybody to episode 5. This is Logistically Speaking, and we're glad that you can join us today. We have another interesting topic for you relevant in today's business world and some RIM experts on hand to speak to it. I'm Mike Esposito. I'll be your host as usual. We appreciate, again, everyone checking in every episode. And if you like the show and if you find it valuable, please hit that subscribe button. I sound like a real podcaster now, which I guess I am. So we definitely appreciate it. But we're going to talk about sustainability today. And we have a remote guest down in Dallas, our director of global sales down in Dallas, Jyoti Mescioglu, along with RIM's senior director of customer success, Christina Busuego, right here in studio. So I would like to give each of the ladies an opportunity to introduce themselves and give a little bit about their background. And Joe, we'll start with you.
Wonderful. Thank you for hosting this. I'm sorry I don't get to be in that beautiful room with you guys, but we'll make the best of it. I'm, as Espo said, I'm a Jyoti Mescioglu based here in Dallas. I've been in the business for about 20 years, and I have handled anywhere from different industries to different size customers and publicly traded, privately traded. So it's been a very good, strong experience, and these type of topics come up in the marketplace that are really relevant to our business and our company. So it's a lot of fun to be here today to discuss it.
Yep, Joe is one of our rock stars. We have worked together for a long time, and she does a great job down in our Dallas office. So we look forward to talking more with her. And Christina, your background, I know we worked together a long time too, and you are based here in the Chicago area.
Yep. So Christina Busuego, Senior Director of Customer Success, which means in a really short way is that I really am focused on client interactions, implementations, technology solutions, and sustainability, because I think it's very important to our customers today in the market, and it's one of our main focuses.
Yep. And that's one of the areas, and that's what we'll start there, because you have taken the lead from a corporate standpoint at RIM on sustainability. So we've heard, lots of us have heard about this, we know of it, but in layman's terms, what can you tell us? What is sustainability?
Yeah, so sustainability really represents the actions and decisions we make on a daily business as individuals, as companies, that show how we lead a long-term commitment, not just to our people, but to our customers and the environment.
And I know we talk about internally the 5 pillars of sustainability and things like that. Can you maybe give us just a very Cliff's Notes version as to what those are? I actually have them here if you don't remember them all.
No, the Cliff's Notes version is hard for me now. So the 5 pillars are governance, workers, community, environment, and customers. I think when we talk about sustainability as a whole, it's important that it's not just about the environment, right? So governance is really the internal systems and structures, processes that guide your decision-making, right? And so it's a way we focus on long-term stewardship. Oh my goodness. Versus short-term profit. Like that really speaks to me.
Yep.
Because we make the right decisions for the right reasons so that we have long-term partnerships that really connect to our workers, community, environment, and customers.
Yeah. So the greater good, right? Whether it's employees, governments, or whatever.
Totally. Now, from like workers, I mean, that's pretty straightforward. Everyone realizes it's good to treat your employees right because it's not only good for them, it's good for your business. It creates stability, and it's the right thing to do, right? When we think about community, same kind of situation. Your companies really represent the communities you sit in. Yeah. So it's important for us to reflect our community's values and really invest in that, whether that's in like ERGs. We have a wonderful women in logistics group. So for us, right? Yep. It's a big part of our business. And it's important also like that we're focused on proper labor practices. From an environment standpoint, many of our facilities really just speak to green initiatives, right? So when we have a physical footprint, it's critical that we think about how that footprint impacts the environment, right? And then when it comes to customers, again, I told you, customers are seeing the value in these. At RIM, we do ISO 9001.
Yep.
So it's to show that we value our customers, et cetera, and that really we're doing right by them by having practices in place to do the right thing.
And Jyoti, you mentioned in your intro, and I know when we've talked about this in practice, in reality, you and I see this a lot out in the market. And I know, as you mentioned, especially large publicly traded companies are often at the forefront of this. And I know you have several examples that you deal with.
Yeah. So, just to step it back a second to segue from what Christina was saying too, annually, I looked up the numbers on the EPA. There are 50 million tons of goods that are moving globally, and that number is only growing. There's $53 billion moving across the globe on a daily basis. There's 56 tons of freight per person. So just the three of us, if you imagine, have a footprint of 56 tons of freight per person per year. So being sustainable and responsible is not just about the environment, like Christina said, and RIM has these 5 pillars. So being in sales at a global, local, regional level, this conversation keeps coming up from customers because when I'm talking to a specific customer, for example, this is public information, you can Google it. Apple Inc., for example, they have actual carbon neutral operations and initiatives that they want to work and partner with carriers that are also aware of these initiatives and doing so. It's not currently applicable, but SEC, if you're publicly traded and doing business here in the States, they do require you to have climate disclosures. This addresses the risk, the compliance, and this corporate responsibility for the greater good that you have as an impact. So, for example, Apple's customers want to know that they're being responsible, and I'm sure we all have Apple phones. So it also creates sort of a goodwill from their standpoint. So as a freight forwarder, I'm sitting at tables where customers like Apple are having these internal initiatives that are, accountable to the SEC on their 10K reports or 10Q reports. And it comes up, hey, what is RIM doing around sustainability? And the question is being asked. And being that we are a first-class forwarder, leader in the marketplace, having conversations, even a mid-sized company that's going to scale up eventually, or a privately held company that's going to scale up eventually, is going to want to know how we are engaging on this topic in the marketplace. So I use Apple as an example, but some of the things they measure, I just want to put out there, is they want to know carbon neutral operations. They want to look at your scope 3 emissions focus. Their goal is to be, their supply chain is 70% emissions come from their supply chain. They want to know product carbon footprint. And then the goal for them is to be 100% carbon neutral across the entire product lifecycle by 2030. So I only bring this up to bring sort of awareness to this subject matter, that our customers in 2025 doing business want to know this information. And it's not to get bogged down, but it's just to say, hey, what is RIM doing? What is our narrative? What is our stance? And like Christina said, some fabulous things that it's just not only environmental. So it's very nice to have this conversation and just kind of talk about it. So other colleagues of ours, Mike, can kind of have an ease in conversation versus looking for, hey, what are we actually doing as a company about this topic?
Sure. And globally, we deal with countries all over the world and steamship lines and airlines, and everyone has their own different type of initiatives. So Christina, as we go back to you, so how does RIM attack this? What do we try to do for our customers who are concerned about this? What are we doing as RIM about this?
Yeah, so first and foremost, we're transparent, right? We show what we're doing. We're speaking to it. Our customers, like our RIM Vision, which is our customer portal, tracks emissions. And really our responsibility, not only to our customers, but is it's to show the impact they're having, right?
Mhm.
It's not to say that we're going to do a specific thing or require a specific thing, but the knowledge is the first step. So we give that insight to our customer shipments,
Yep.
as simple as tracking portals with CO2 emissions. We talk about in social media, our different focuses on our ERGs, our women in logistics. And then we speak to our clients on a daily basis so that they can see what we're doing and that they can trust that we're doing the right thing and they've chosen the right partner.
Right. Because oftentimes when we talk about partnerships all the time as salespeople and as a company, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it truly is. It's not just salesmanship. It is actually how we try to do business. We want to be a good partner. So it's not just about the environment. It's about being a good partner, being open, transparent, and honest. So it's definitely an important to stress that. And Joe, we talked about with Apple, and you talked about some of the things that you see in the marketplace currently, but as we head forward, we're here 1 month left in the calendar year here as we head into 2026, and hopefully a great new year. What do you expect that we'll run into and that we'll be seeing in the marketplace as we, as a provider, go out to our customers, and from a customer standpoint too, what do you think they will be seeing as we go forward as well?
Great question. Unfortunately, I wish I was a fortune teller, but I'm not.
You don't have that crystal ball going.
I know. I wish I could tell the future. But listen, what we need to be aware for next year is RIM's going to have an amazing year as usual. We're targeting so many complex, like for example, we have a brand new pharmaceutical vertical and POS verticals, and these companies are out there moving, shaking, and being innovative for 2025. So anybody who's making a footprint in the marketplace is going to want to know our position on this. So how I suggest we position ourselves for next year is we study, learn, and see how this applies to supply chains as well as within RIM, and be able to have an educated conversation around it. I have customers who are stakeholders such as VP that report to a CFO and will come into a meeting and say, look, my CFO wanted to know that we have what your sustainable initiatives are. It's not really the movement of freight or tariffs or anything directly that we work on a day-to-day basis, but it was like a little prompt that has come up in meetings. And as a RIM leader out there representing the company, you want to be able to say, look, we have a narrative around this. We have a position around this, and we partner and take that initiative to be sure that we can partner with vendors all the way to clients that are looking into this. So just current events for 2025, in March, the administration did rescind the fact that you don't have to have this in your disclosure. So I believe, just like the tariffs, we don't know what tariffs in which countries will be applicable from week to week. Yeah. Similar to that, I get the feedback on around this topic that our clients in the marketplace is going to continue to stay the course and do the right thing and make sure that if they have a sustainability program, they stick with it. If Apple has a 2030 goal in 5 years, they're going to continue on the course. So administrations will change, the laws, will change, but the greater good, I think, is the best way you said it earlier, Mike, is we share the planet and responsibility with everybody else that we do business with. And it's a great way to do business by keeping this in your toolbox. So the feedback from the customer community is they're going to continue course, stick with their strategies and plans. This is a very relevant topic, although Washington voted against SEC needing the disclosures in March. What you do coming into the new year is be able to articulate around the topic, review your own internal controls. And that's one of the objectives here. Christina is doing that all day long, and she can speak to that. And then you need to know that you monitor developments. Right now, it's not required next year if you're publicly traded, but it might be based on the mood. So,
right. Well, and it's important for whether it's us here at RIM on the provider side, Joe, or whether it's our customers on the customer facing side. we deal with a worldwide market. It's not just Washington, D.C. It's not just one government. It's oftentimes many governments and many countries based on our supply chains, right? So there's not just one set of rules. And I think you said it right as well. This being a good neighbor, being a good partner, and the sustainability about doing what's right for everybody, whether it's governance, workers, community, environment, and the customers, the 5 pillars that we talk about, that's always going to be a good thing, regardless of what the actual laws are, right?
Definitely.
So Christina, I know you kind of touched on this, but we've made this a priority here at RIM, and I know our customers appreciate that, but not everyone does this. This is kind of a added, kind of a value add, but why do we do this? Why does RIM do this? And why will we continue to do this as we go forward?
Yeah, I mean, outside of the fact that our ownership, because it comes from the top down, values the, 5 pillars, it's important. It's also about prioritizing really the impact that we have for the future. It is really our responsibility as humans, right? To do the right thing. And so when we talk about RIM, that's just part of our DNA, right?
Yes.
It's not because we're doing it because somebody said to, it's we're doing it because it's the right thing to do. And that is something that's very much integrated into who we are as a company. And that's one of the reasons why I feel so strongly about it too.
Yeah. And Joe, in closing with you, I know because you and I are out in front of our customers all day, every day, and we've done this for a long period of time, but I know that's part of why people want to work with us, right? Is that they know what they're going to get with us, correct?
Absolutely. I am so proud to be here. It'll be almost 10 years. And one of the flags I fly in the marketplace is the fact that we're a very stand-up company to work with. We are not checking, the trends as much as doing what's right for our customers, our people, and our brand. And this is a great conversation that just is another testament to our ownership, wanting to be a leader in the marketplace, despite the rules, despite the laws, and being a good neighbor, a corporate, it just makes you want to work with RIM. Because aligning with a partner like this will always keep you on the right side of business, business compliance and responsibility. So I just think it's one of another feather in our cap that we can talk about in the marketplace, more educated, to just make sure that everyone knows who RIM is and how we represent, within different areas and subjects in the industry.
Right. Well, and just thinking, as we sit here and, RIM is approaching 30 years old, formed in 1997. I mean, how many different administrations just in the United States have we gone through? I mean, I didn't count, but it's obviously a lot. And as you mentioned, Joe, the laws often change, but being a good partner, I think there are certain steady principles to that, and we want to continue to adhere to. So that wraps up our sustainability chat. We want to close with something fun as Thanksgiving is Thursday, and we love talking about families and holiday traditions and everything. And Christina, I'll start with you. Any fun Thanksgiving or Black Friday or any other random traditions that you want to share with the group here?
You know what? I'm all about food and football. So if you want to go eat and you want to watch football now 2 days in a row, right? Because we're playing Friday.
That's right.
I'll be there too.
Joe, what about you?
Christina, I'm just curious who you're rooting for.
The Bears.
The Bears.
All right. I just wanted you to say it out loud. It's very similar for me. I have a 3-year-old and 7-year-old, so Christmas is already going in our house. Our tradition is not to wait till Thanksgiving to put up decor. The kids love it. The tree is up, the lights are up, everything is up. So we do that well before Thanksgiving. And I'm a Texas fan, a Cowboys fan, so I'll be definitely watching football and eating as much. My favorite is the sweet potato casserole. So excited for all of it.
Solid choice, Joe.
It is a solid choice. And I, for one, and Christina mentioned it, but the Bears play the Eagles on Black Friday at 2:00, random afternoon game on Friday afternoon. We'll take it. Thank you very much, NFL. But I'm with you guys. I love watching all the football. Back in the day, it used to be go out the night before Thanksgiving and then just make sure that you were up and ready to watch football by 11:30 a.m. But now that we're settled down and, family and kids and everything, now it's getting everything ready for the holidays. We are actually hosting at my house today, both sides. So we'll see how that goes.
Very cool.
And
Wow.
I
Good
can only
luck.
hope thank you for the sake of my checking account that my wife and mother-in-law do not go Black Friday shopping on Thursday night at like 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. like they used to, but they might. We'll find out. Who knows?
Yeah.
Each
You'll
their
have to
own.
let us know what the deals are.
That's right. No, absolutely. But it's all in good fun, right? Because people
Yeah.
love to get their Christmas shopping kick-started and get their holiday cheer on. Our tree was up. I won't tell you how early it was up, only to say that it was
Same.
early.
No
Which is-
shame in that game. I
No.
love it. It's so
I
much
love it too.
work. You gotta enjoy it a little bit longer, in my
Yes.
opinion.
100%.
Absolutely. Well, thank you both so much. I've really enjoyed our conversation. I think it's valuable for people on both the customer and provider side and for RIM and our clients. So we hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to share on YouTube. As I said off the top, smash that subscribe button so you can get our invitations and whatnot as we have episodes every month. And we will see you again next month right here on Logistically Speaking. Thank you to Sarah Pack.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you,
Happy
Jyoti.
Thanksgiving.
Thanks, Christina.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.